Welcome to Rutvi TV Storytime.
Welcome to Rutvi's storytelling. Mangita and Larina, a magical story of kindness. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived two sisters, Mangita and Larina. Mangita was kind, soft-spoken, and hardworking. She loved helping others, and her heart was full of warmth. In her free time, Mangita helped her father at his fruit shop. She smiled as she arranged apples and bananas for the villagers. Her father watched proudly, knowing he could trust her. But Larina was different. She was beautiful, carefree, and loved admiring her reflection by the river. She would brush her long hair and whisper, "I am more beautiful than Mangita." One day, their father had to leave on a long journey. Mangita was heartbroken. Larina, on the other hand, smiled quietly. "Now I can sit by the river all night." With her father gone, Mangita worked harder than ever. She swept the floor, made soup, washed clothes, all with a gentle smile. Larina only caused trouble. She poured cold water into the soup and dirtied the freshly cleaned carpet. Mangita sighed. "Why is the soup cold again?" One morning, an old woman approached Larina.
"Dear girl, I'm hungry. Would you give me some fruit?"
Larina frowned and handed her spoiled strawberries.
"Eat as much as you want," she said, smirking.
Later that day, the same old woman met Mangita. While gathering vegetables in the forest, Mangita found the old woman sitting and whole stomach in pain, weak and tired. She ran to her and carried her home. Larina, angry, and said,
"She stinks! Why is she here?"
Mangita replied softly.
"She's sick. We must care for her."
Mangita prepared warm soup and herbal tea. But Larina poured out the soup and added dirt to the tea.
"Larina, did you do this?"
Mangita asked firmly. Larina crossed her arms.
"No, it was the old lady."
Days passed, and the old lady slowly recovered. She looked into Mangita's eyes and said,
"If you ever fall sick, eat these blueberries every day."
Mangita continued to do all the chores, alone. Her body grew tired, her steps became slow, until one day, she collapsed. "Larina, please, give me the blueberries." Larina opened the jar and ate them all.
"Maybe the birds took them."
Mangita, she lied. Mangita, drenched in sweat, fell into deep sleep. Larina walked away back to the river to comb her hair again. Suddenly, the old woman appeared once more.
"Where is your sister, child?" "She's out picking fruits. What's it to you?"
Larina snapped. The old woman's eyes turned sad. She walked back to the cottage and saw Mangita, pale and asleep.
"She helped me when no one else did."
The old woman whispered. From the window, Larina watched and laughed at them.
"That old lady again, how funny she looks."
And then, magic shimmered. The old woman transformed into a radiant fairy. Larina gasped.
"You're a fairy? Then grant me a wish. Give me the most beautiful hair."
The fairy frowned.
"I gave you chances, but you only did wrong."
She waved her wand. Larina's hair turned into long, tangled ivy.
"No, my hair. It's so ugly. Help!"
Larina ran to the river. Her reflection was unbearable. Her hair tangled into the ground, flies buzzed around her head. Mangita's eyes fluttered open.
Thank you, fairy. I feel much better now.
The fairy smiled and waved her wand again. The tiny cottage turned into a beautiful palace. Amazed, Mangita was amazed.
This is for your kindness, dear child. But what about my sister?
Mangita asked.
She is still by the river, with her ivy hair.
Mangita's smile faded.
I love her. I don't want this palace without her. Please, bring her back and return our old cottage. That's my only wish.
The fairy was touched. She nodded and waved her wand. The palace shimmered away, and the small cottage returned. The fairy walked to Larina. She touched her ivy hair gently. It turned back into her soft, beautiful hair again. Larina burst into tears. She hugged Mangita tightly.
You saved me. I'm so sorry. I will change.
Mangita smiled.
Let's always stay together and help others. Kindness is the true magic.
And from that day on, Mangita and Larina lived happily ever after, in their little cottage filled with love. Moral of the story: kindness is a magic that never fades. When we care for others, even when no one is watching, that love always returns to us in beautiful ways. Because true happiness becomes even more beautiful when shared. So always choose kindness, honesty, and love, just like Mangita.
Thanks for watching Rutvi TV Storytime. Please do like, comment and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for the more updates. See you all in next video. Bye bye.